claiming to protect the birds and whales he says they kill. But don't believe that story, it's really just a shill. He just did not want to see them wild golfing on Scottish hills. A hoax, he said it's all a hoax. When at a press conference or with misspelled strokes, changing a storm path with black marker strokes. Confronted with the truth, to say it's all a hoax. Casting mail-in ballots is something that he's done. Now he wants to ban them for each and every one. He claims it for integrity in each election, but he won't believe the results unless it's him that's won. A hoax, he says it's all a hoax. When at a press conference or with misspelled keystrokes, they'll fool you with distractions like real sugar in Cokes. Confronted with the truth, you'll say it's all a hoax. He promised to release all the Epstein files that caused all the MAGA base to react with smiles. But how long has he put it off? It sure has been a while, and now he's calling this a hoax, protecting pedophiles. A hoax, he says it's all a hoax. When at a press conference or with misspelled keystrokes, he'll keep on gaslighting up until he croaks. Confronted with the truth, he'll say it's all a hoax.
Trump piled debt, trillions tall. Promised Mexico would fund that wall. Praised dictators, said they're strong. Had Joe done it, they'd say he's wrong. Had Biden done it, MAGA would flip. Had Biden done it, whole numbers would flip. Had Biden done it, that screen fell play. But Trump did it, so it must be okay. Go through crises, storms and war. Called soldiers losers who died in war. Hire his kids to run DC. If it was Hunter, they'd scream treachery. Had Biden done it, MAGA would flip. Had Biden done it, whole numbers would slip. Had Biden done it, Fox News would say I made. But Trump did it, so it must be okay. Love Kim Jong-un, he wrote love letters that take the guns first, lose those rights forever. Signed you spending bills with glee. Had Joe done that, it'd be tyranny. Had Biden done it, MAGA would flip. Had Biden done it, whole numbers would flip. Had Biden done it, they shout out today. But Trump did it, so it must be okay. Kept secret files, countless untold. Said Putin's word was good as gold. Invited the Taliban to come to U.S. soil. If Joe had done that, they'd all recoil. Had Biden done it, MAGA would flip. Had Biden done it, whole numbers would slip. Had Biden done it, they'd want him to pay. But Trump did it, so it must be okay. Double standards loud and clear. Rules for Trump, but not for peers. What they call treason, if Joe's the name, is patriotism when Donald's to blame. Had Biden done it, MAGA would flip. Had Biden done it, whole numbers would slip. Had Biden done it, they'd shout no way. But Trump did it, so it must be okay.
This just in. A sudden spike in logic levels across the city. Citizens report seeing a man with glasses and a podcast mic. We go now live to Liberal Dan.
gonna call when Nazi writing's on the wall? Call your man, Liberal Dan, cause you know we got a plan. The right wing talking shit, but he ain't about to quit. He'll take his proton pack and zap your logic cause it's whack. So who you gonna call when the writing's on the wall? Call your man, Liberal Dan, and the rhetoric will fall.
It's being reported that Liberal Dan is setting up what appears to be some sort of straw man containment field.
He's calling out your lies with his mic, he'll vaporize. Cross the streams in your dreams, bitch, you know that he's too wise. You're like Slimer talking crap, but you walked into his trap. Yo, it's more than entertainment, it's misinformation contained. So who you gonna call when the writing's on the wall? Call your man, Liberal Dan, and the rhetoric will fall. The Statue of Liberty, the writing you can see. So bring the huddled masses, it's a war of the classes. While Trump may think he's Vigo, Dan can cut through that ego. He's got the facts to prove him wrong, got that logic like Egon. Your logic is a ghost, cause you know this chick is toast. When you follow MTG, it's conspiracy, you'll see. There's no need to taser, he's got wit like Occam's razor. Liberal Dan cuts those lies with his Jewish face laser.
It's unbelievable. Liberal Dan just used the literal dog whistle to lure a large group of internet trolls into what is being called a self-collapsing rhetoric singularity. In all my years of reporting, I've never seen anything like this.
So don't call to be a heckler, you ain't no Judge Rexler. He'll bust you like Scolary, cause your logic's looking hairy. Right-wing callers think they're cool, but they sounding just like Zool. You the dog, he the man, and yo, his name is Liberal Dan. So who you gonna call when the writing's on the wall? Call your man, Liberal Dan, and the rhetoric will fall. Liberal Dan, Liberal Dan, Liberal Dan.
Proclaimed king, a groper in chief, stealing our country, a crooked orange thief. For patriots who are poorly educated, wearing red hats and also unvaccinated, Liberal Dan will see us through. It's the best show that you're not listening to. So when you hear the call, animals unite, Liberal Dan Radio, talk on the left, that's right. A failing media that's barely treading water, they're too inept to fight this new world order. Corporate pigs are at the trough, hear the squeals. The swine won't bite the hands that feeds them meals. But Liberal Dan will see us flow. It's the best show that you're not listening to. So when you hear the call, animals unite, Liberal Dan Radio, talk comes to left, that's right. A leftist voice on air, exposing MAGA treason, breaking through their lies with facts, logic, and reason. Unmasking hypocrisy, the truth will be our guide. Call out their lies, justice is on our side. Cause Liberal Dan will see us through. It's the best show that you're not listening to. So when you hear the call, animals unite, Liberal Dan Radio, talk on the left, that's right. Liberal Dan Radio, talk from the left, that's right.
And welcome back to Liberal Dan Radio, Talk from the Left, that's right. This is your host, Dan Zimmerman, coming at you live from New Orleans, Louisiana, to join the conversation, just join us in either of the chat rooms, either on Twitch, twitch.liberaldanradio.com, or on YouTube, which is just liberaldanradio.com. Don't know if we're going to open up the phone lines in a bit. I do have a bunch of stuff to take care of today, and, well, I've been kind of swamped, and I'm actually falling behind on a lot of the videos that I want to post. So even though I'm posting a lot of the videos with the clipping tool that I have, there's still other videos that I'm falling behind on. Plus, I'm able to make a new video using my AI tool every day, which is awesome. So there's that too. If you want to use that tool, I do have the link to that clip available in any of the AI videos, I believe, and also on the show page as well. Happy Friday Eve to you, Christine. Shouts out to Jolie, Alyosha, and Orvilby over in the Twitch chat currently. We've got Susie. We got a whole bunch of J-Squad folks. We got Josh Shees, Jackie, Jolie, and Jeff from just north of Uranus, who all came in at the same time. So thank you all for joining J-Squad Assemble. Who else we got? We got Aaron. Nice to see you as well, Aaron. Let's see, Suzanne. I said we saw Christine already. Let's see. And of course, Joel is an unofficial member of the J Squad, I would guess, right? Good to see you, Molly. Leave Me Alone, Mike. Good to see you as well. Thank you for joining the show. I'm just kind of peeking back in, seeing whether or not Hal is it looks like he might be finishing up soon, so we should expect a Sparkler verse raid fairly quickly. But yeah, so I'll talk again about the Jeff. Damn it, I meant to go to Uranus today. I can't stand it when I mean to go to Uranus, but I forget.
Oh my.
Anyway, so thank you all for joining and help the show out. Please remember to like the video, share it. We already got 14 likes with 15 viewers. We dropped to 13 viewers, so we still have more likes than viewers, which is a good start. You could also Venmo Liberal Dan on Venmo. You can go to liberaldan.com, click the Buy Me Cider button, and Alyosha goes, wait, did you see the Alex Jones video? Did I see Alex Jones video where he was completely slaughter drunk? That one? Yes, I did see that one. I was watching Hal for a bit before, as I was doing my show prep, and when he started talking, I was like, what the ever-loving fuck? Like, if I was that high or drunk or whatever he was, or on pain medication, I'd be like, all right, we got to cancel the stream. Sorry. I'd let the mods know, but still, it is what it is. So, anywho. So, anyway, back to helping the show. Again, Patreon.com/LiberalDan, Patreon, or there's Liberal Dan Radio store. We just added a new shirt to the Liberal Dan Radio store about becoming the 11th province of Canada. Lots of other melt ice shirts. The FDT shirt is available on there as well. Head on over there. I'm sure Jolie will put the link at some point soon, or Aaron. But the most important thing, again, is to just go talk, go interact with many of the videos that are already up there, share them, like them, comment on them, and respond to other people's comments, help the algorithm, because Al Gore needs more rhythm. And again, we also have that shirt too. So again, thanks everybody for being here on this Thursday evening as we sink further and further into the abyss that is this country. Thank you very much for the bits. I was about to say thank you for the bits, Alyosha, without even looking at the screen, because I figured it was going to be bits from Alyosha. So appreciate you for that, and thank you, Jolie, for sharing sharing that. Ask and ye shall receive, right? So appreciate that. How'd you fare, Molly, during the rain last week? Was it last week or was it Monday during the show? Anyway. Yeah, we got a ton of rain, and apparently the cats got really scared and jumped across my wife, and she ended up like getting like this gigantic just like gash in her stomach from one of the cat claws. It's pretty bad. It wasn't like terrible. It wasn't like hospital bad, but it was worse than what you would expect from a tiny little cat claw. So Alex Jones should sing a duet with Mike Lindell. What would it be like? The opposite of I can do anything better than you can, basically trying to fight to see who can do everything worse than the other one can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. All drunk or whatever. Yeah, so, Yeah, that was pretty darn terrible. Now, I mean, I do try to not, Jeff goes, or RFK Jr. I do try, I don't even try. I don't mock RFK Jr.'s voice. Just because of the fact that there's plenty of other things to make fun of when it comes to RFK Jr. that you don't have to mock, the way he speaks. You can just mock what he's saying, and that's already stupid enough as it is, right? So, granted, I mean, there's some people, I mean, who have, I've been told I have a voice for radio. Fortunately, the person also didn't tell me how to face for radio. But some people have voices for print, and, it is, oh, I'm sorry, I'm stealing Donnie's line from him.
It is what it is.
Jolie, I'm not above it. I mean, look, it's fine. But like, if I was criticizing people for mocking Joe Biden because he has a stutter, and making fun of his delayed speech sometimes when he has was just trying to deal with his stuttering issues, I gotta be consistent, right? So I mean, again, I don't make fun of Donald Trump for being overweight, obese, or whatever, because I'm also, they say don't throw stones if you live in a glass house, but they also don't say don't judge a man until you walk a mile in his shoes. I don't know. But again, there are plenty of other stuff that we can deal with as it pertains to Donald Trump where we don't have to fat shame him. Now we can point out his hypocrisy when it comes to him fat shaming other people and then be like, well, dude, you're on a little bit of the chubby side yourself. You can't necessarily be fat shaming others when you yourself aren't the svelte person that you think that you are, because he is delusional. I mean, the dementia Don is purely kicked in. I mean, it's horrible, and he's the most childish president that no one's ever seen. He's the most childish like no one's ever seen. No one's ever seen childishness as much as Donald Trump's childishness. It's the most childish ever. The most childish ever. Anyway, I think that's what I have to do. I have to go have my throat not pierced, but pinched down a little bit more to get the better Donald Trump. What was better, my first Donald Trump or the later Donald Trump that I did right there? Suzanne, you are lovable and kind. Oh, thank you. Do you know much about cats, Suzanne? Cats are very difficult to try and get to herd, let alone multiple cats, but Rose will join me when she feels like joining me, and she is not someone who likes to be picked up. If she jumps on your shoulder, you're good. Now, with the exception of my wife, who all of our cats will snuggle my wife all the time. I mean, who can blame them? She's wonderful, but still. Did you see how giddy he was talking about somebody's terminal diagnosis? Well, if anybody here hasn't already done so, we're going to be doing so a little bit later in the show, because I have that video queued up exactly to where it is. Because a lot of the media places, a lot of the people that show the clip don't show everything from the clip. And there's a worse part that's right before the clip that's still pretty darn bad. I don't know if it's worse, but it's still pretty darn bad because it shows what his priorities are. But we all know what his priorities are. It's not protecting people's lives. It's making himself rich, getting policies passed so that he can make himself even more rich, and then, killing other people who, aren't helping him on the way. Whatever. Bombing the shit out of everybody, right? Suzanne goes, I couldn't watch it. Well, we're only going to watch the itty bitty little part. So we're not going to watch too much of it just to make sure. What's up, Orb? Good to see you. Yes, I do see the credits rolling on Hal Sparks' show. Liberty Twitcher, I'm fat, but I'm doing the fat shot now. I am also doing the fat shot. I have been doing the fat shot. My new insurance from my new employer with a new insurance policy that started on the 1st of the month. That new employer, the new insurance is with United Healthcare instead of Blue Cross, and they're making me jump through hoops, even more hoops with the prior authorizations, and they denied it the first time, and now we have to make sure that the second one goes through. And again, I don't know what's going on with it because it still hasn't been approved, and I have 1 pen left. So 1 pen only. So hopefully it's Zepbound, so it's tirzepatide. But yeah. So hopefully they get that solved, because I have that, and then I also, conservatives will like to mock people. Oh, you must have low T. You have muscle T. Well, guess what? I did have low T, and I was getting treatment for it. But again, my new insurance doesn't cover the old prescription, so now I have to get the new stuff. Yeah, fun times, good times. And then also, my old employer, there was the bankruptcy meeting, and there was the meeting of the creditors that took place today, which is weird because you can't video record the meeting, but they record the meeting in case they need it later, but it's all public record. So I don't know why you can't record a meeting if it's a member of the public record. Aaron, how often do you inject? Once a week. Typically on Saturdays. Sometimes I might do it on Sundays if I'm late or whatever, but it's once a week. So Cassie feels like, and Cassie's been on Mounjaro, which, you know, because she has other health issues that exacerbate it. So, but she I think moved it to like every week and a half at this point, simply because of the fact that it was making her too not hungry, and I think it was also making her tired. So, Liberty Twitcher goes, I skipped those two and right to Rhetoric. I don't even know if I've heard Rhetoric. So, hurry back, Roxanne. Good to see you, and thank you for joining. What's up, Santa? Good to see you as well. Joseph and Winnie, good to see you as well. I don't know if we've missed anybody else, but yes. Anyway, so let's see. What's the you have to tell us what in the chat because I'm looking it up at the moment. What's the difference between or what makes Rhetoric better or different or whatever? What's up, Wingdote? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Thank you. The sparklers are, I guess there's no raid going on, but at least there's sparklers that are trickling in, which is awesome to see. Glad to see. Welcome to everybody. If you didn't see the very, very ending of my show last night when I started playing my audio and then I stopped it because I had to go back live for a second because I forgot to say one thing, I'm just going to say it again just in case you missed it, is simply the fact that, oh, maybe there is a sparkler raid. Who knows? Simply the Sparklerverse show or song that I made for Hal and Stephanie and Boston Brian and Trucker John and myself and some of the guests that Hal has as well, like Tara Dublin and I forgot the IT guy or the IT guy's name or the AI guy's name from Friday. You'll let me know in the chat because I'm boneheadedly forget or whatever. Anyway, so that is such a catchy tune that I could not get it out of my frickin' head. Like, I had to go listen to one of my other catchy tunes or whatever to be able to get that one out of my head because it was in my head all the live long night. Not the live long day, but the live long night. Choices in every game. Rob Glenn. Also imagine if Biden had forgotten Rob Glenn's name.
Had Biden done it, Maga would flip. Had Biden done it, whole numbers would flip. Had Biden done it, the screen fell play. But Trump did it, so it must be okay.
What's up, Adrian? Good to see you. Thank you for joining as well. Appreciate you. What's up, Mad Mac over on YouTube? Or maybe we'll call him Rob AI. Maybe. Yeah, Trump would actually rob the AI. He'd want to try and steal it, steal from the AI or whatever, because that's what Donald Trump likes to do. He likes to take other people's shit and not pay them back for it, right? Like Tim Apple. Yes, exactly, like Tim Apple. Good to see you, Karen. Thank you for hopping on over after Hal. Let's see. So what we got going on today? We've got Israel, the Israeli government, which we are often criticizing here on Liberal Dan Radio, Talk from the Left, that's right. We have the Israeli government bombed South Pars gas field. It's a critical gas field known as part of the world's largest, causing significant damage. Bushehr petrochemical complex, the Bushehr nuclear power plant complex was also hit. And there have been a total of 500 strikes by Israel in this needless war that is taking place that went against military, nuclear, and energy sites. Now, look, if you're in war, you're obviously going to go after a military site. That I don't give a shit about that. I mean, I give a shit about the fact that we started a war needlessly because there was no necessary purpose to it. Well, there was no good purpose for it. I mean, the necessary purpose was for Donald Trump to destabilize the region, enrich his oil buddies, and maybe even help Vladimir Putin out because he then dropped the embargo on Russian oil while this is going through. But yeah, it's absurd. But Israel now says that it will hold off striking key Iranian natural gas field as war rattles energy markets. According to Dubai, Israel pledged to refrain from more strikes on a key Iranian gas field after Iran intensified attacks Thursday on oil and natural gas facilities all around the Gulf, raising the stakes in a war that has sent shockwaves through the energy markets and the global economy. Because you send, you attack their energy, then they'll be like, well, let's attack everybody else's energy too and make them suffer. And there's been a sort of a unequal attack from some of the things that I've seen when it comes to this. Like Iran will attack like Dubai or Abu Dhabi or whatever. Do you know what the difference between somebody from Dubai and Abu Dhabi is, by the way? The people from Dubai do not like the Flintstones, but the Abu Dhabi do! Anyway, back to the point. Would be apparently like if they were to bomb the water facilities in Dubai, in the UAE or whatever, they would absolutely wreck the country. Like there's not much redundancy in their system. Like they have $1 billion city that could be wiped out with a $20,000 drone missile or whatever. Like it's that fragile, and basically they operate under the assumption that all of the investors in the world are going to want to make sure to keep the reins, I guess, and everybody else, so that they can't get destroy those things. But you'd basically have a bunch of people becoming hermits if they are able to bomb those facilities in those countries, in the UAE and Dubai, etc. So that's why you're not seeing a lot of counterattacks by some of the countries that are out there. But this whole thing with Israel and the Israeli government, so to speak, is that other presidents, past presidents, would hold the leash on the Israeli government, especially on Netanyahu. Netanyahu might want to do something, and the Americans would be like, nope, sorry. Thank you for the bits, Aaron. So they will, for example, when we did the Persian Gulf War, like when we invaded Iraq or whatever, and Iraq decided that they were going to start bombing Israel, and basically we were like, look, just let our Patriot missile system handle the attacks. Don't strike out. We're going to take it ourselves. Do not escalate this, Israel. Do not escalate this whatsoever. We are going to handle it. And they had the leash on, and they were tugging at that leash and pulling on that collar to make sure that Israel did not go above, what we would want them to do, and escalate it even further than it should have been. Donald Trump has not done that. Donald Trump doesn't give two shits. He wants to unleash the Israeli army because now it makes it look like, he is an ally, even though he doesn't care about allies. He doesn't care about allies at all. We'll talk about that in a second as well, because we're going to handle that video as well. But, now, of course, yeah, DB Golding, it's a little bit late for Israel to now say that it's not going to do it, but it should have been doing it in the first place, because they should have consulted with the United States, who provides a lot of its military equipment, and been like, hey, how are we going to do this? And then Trump should have been like, well, let's let us handle this so that we don't, inflame the entire region. But Donald Trump doesn't give a shit, because he wants the entire region inflamed, because he basically wants to go over there, kill all of the Islamic extremists, and take their oil, as he said in the 2016 campaign. Man, it charges every game. You're really slacking today. Can you imagine if Biden hadn't have held the leash of Netanyahu, and instead let Netanyahu go all out?
Had Biden done it, MAGA would flip. Had Biden done it, whole numbers would flip. Had Biden done it, the screen fell play. But Trump did it, so it must be okay.
Let's see. Is there I was writing it, but I'm more pissed about it. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. I'm trying to look to see. I don't know if they would say genocide, Don, because you gotta. I mean, I guess not. He doesn't always do the rhyming for the name with whatever, because he did call him Sleepy Joe or whatever. So it doesn't necessarily. Oh, and it's Crooked Hillary. So I guess it could be genocide Don or whatever. But I was thinking it would be more like I don't know. Deathbringer Don actually sounds too cool. I'm trying to see if the Destruction Don. I don't know. Dumbass Don is probably the best. Let's see, atrocious at every game. They gave him credit for the December 24th ceasefire, which is bullshit. Of course it's bullshit. Everything Netanyahu does is bullshit, because Netanyahu has his own criminal problems that he's trying to cover up with as it pertains to, you know, his actions, both when it comes to the Palestinian people and also when it comes to what's going on now with Iran. And Doomsday Donald. There you go, Josh. Josh C's over on YouTube got it. Doomsday Donald. There you go. I like it. Perfect. That was perfect. That was perfect. The most perfect nickname you could have given me. The most wonderful nickname. Doomsday Donald. Anyway. So. Yeah, Donald Trump might even like that name too. I love it. I love the name. The name is the best name. I love it. Don Juan of Depravity. Well, that's true as well. Hey, Big Hook, good to see you. Let's see. Taco D47 for nickname. Honestly, I don't know. I see, with the whole taco thing with the Trump always chickens out, that came about with the whole tariff thing, and he had the tariffs, and then he didn't have the tariffs, and he pushed him, then he pulled him back, then he pushed. I'm convinced that the media got this absolutely 100% wrong. And we've talked about this a little bit before, but he wasn't chickening out on the tariffs. He was causing the tariffs. He was using the tariffs to manipulate the stock market so that it would drop, and then all of his rich friends could buy up the stocks, and then he would put it back. You know, put the tariffs on, stock market drops, buy stocks, stocks go up, sell the stocks. Lather, rinse, repeat. Market manipulation, all because he's using tariffs to do so. I guarantee you he's gotten even more filthy rich because of all of that stock market manipulation. Probably made more money during this presidency, or he will make more money during this presidency than he ever did over the course of his life, because he's able to manipulate the situation in such a way. So it's not chickening out, it's being a crook. But what do we expect? Because we had the media who was they were always talking about Donald Trump's bankruptcies and how it was always a failed businessman because he had all of these bankruptcies. No, he wasn't a failed businessman because of these bankruptcies. He was using the bankruptcies after he cashed out of the businesses to make sure that he got as much money out of them as possible, and so that he wouldn't have to pay back the debts that he incurred trying to build his businesses up, just so that his businesses could fail while he enriches himself. It was a scam. It was a fraud. He used bankruptcy to defraud people. He didn't use bankruptcy because he's inept. He may very well be inept on much different things. He might not come up with good business ideas like Trump steaks, Trump ties, or whatever. Who wants to buy a Trump steak? I mean, yeah, that doesn't tell me it's going to be a good steak or whatever. Again, he just puts his name on something, tries to sell it, cashes out, and then leaves the investors and everybody else and all the people who are his creditors out to dry, right? So imagine if Biden had tried to manipulate the markets with tariffs, and then, again, it's not tacoed. It should be something else. It's like Trump always cons over. Just be Trump always cons somebody. That should what the C should say. We just need to find the O. But if you listen to Stormy Daniels, he probably would never be able to find the O. Hey, Vasanthus over there on Twitch as well. Good to see you. Let's see. True, President Donald Trump has U-turned on his oil sanctions, potentially handing Tehran a huge financial windfall from the very war Washington started. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent revealed Thursday that the administration is preparing to lift sanctions on approximately 140 million barrels of Iranian crude currently stranded on tankers. Yep. So, again, he's going to manipulate the markets, manipulate the system for his own benefit. Who cares to Donald Trump if, working class people are hurt, because he doesn't give a shit about working class people, not one bit. So,
and now the word of the week from Ronnie Lamarck.
Right now,
why am I having this? Why am I having a Ronnie Lamarck commercial on my thing? That's so weird. Ronnie Lamarck is a local he's a new car salesman here in the New Orleans area, and for some reason the ad just started auto playing. That's Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said late Thursday that at the request of President Donald Trump, Israel will hold off on any further attacks on the offshore gas field. They'll just find other things to attack, right, and other things to, screw up the world economy with. Because again, Trump has to distract everybody with for the Epstein file things and for anything else that happens in this country that he needs distractions for. He's going to use distractions to distract from the other distractions. It's like distraction inception. And then, of course, Netanyahu has all his corruption charges against him. The Netanyahu administration, which I predicted, by the way, we predicted here on Liberal Dan Radio, Talk From Left, That's Right, before it was revealed, that I'm sure because of the Israeli intelligence capabilities, that they would, that they probably knew about the attack and let it happen anyway, simply because of the fact that, they needed to use it to distract everybody from the corruption scandal surrounding Benjamin Netanyahu. So that's why they would let the attack happen. So that's why I've said not only is the blood on Palestinians on the hands of Netanyahu and the other people in the Netanyahu administration, in their government, but the blood of Israeli folks are also on it, because he should have stopped it if they knew it was going to happen, and they chose not to. It was willfully ignoring the threat to make it look better, because if you stop an attack, well, what else is new? You stop an attack. You don't know how big the attack was going to be. If you allow the attack to happen and then retaliate for the attack, you now know what you're retaliating for. So that's why Benjamin Netanyahu is a piece of shit scumbag. She should be dragged in front of The Hague. Just like Donald Trump. A real false flag. Exactly. Let's see. Mr. Spock, I need a car. Like a real car. Like I don't have any spare. Actually, I do have a van that needs to be probably looked at and fixed up because it's been sitting in my driveway for like months and not doing anything. So yeah, we'll probably have to take it to the shop and be like, hey, let's fix all this stuff and make it newer. Anyway, so let's go ahead and pull up the next thing that we were going to be talking about, which is the fact that Joe Kent, we talked about Joe Kent. We read his resignation letter the other day. He was very upset about the fact that, Donald Trump was misled and led on by the Israeli government and lobbyists for the Israeli government to go into Iran. He said that the Iran attack was unnecessary. It was not necessary to attack the nation of Iran. There was no threat from Iran that necessitated us to use military force. And he's like, but he was like coming at it from the MAGA side. You said you were going to make America great. This doesn't make anything great. This is not America first, blah, blah, blah. So he is, of course, coming at it from the wrong side, but reaching the right conclusion, even though he's coming from the wrong side. Trusted every game, Trump has no agency, apparently. And then, of course, Netanyahu is like, well, can you tell Donald Trump what to do? I can't tell him what to do. But of course, that's exactly what somebody who tells Donald Trump what to do would say, right? He would deny that he tells Trump what to do because Trump wouldn't want that admitted about him, and he wouldn't want to admit it about Trump. So he's never going to admit, even if it was the case that Netanyahu, I think it's more Putin that has more control than Netanyahu, but still, Netanyahu does have some folks who are wealthy backers who do, like, was it Miriam Adelson? Is that right? Was that what was posted in chat the other day? I don't know. I tend to not want to remember their names. But anyway, former counterterrorism official Joe Kent has been under FBI investigation for months, supposedly, on suspicion that he leaked classified information. 3 sources familiar with this case tell Axios. Axios is reporting this. Immediately after his resignation, administration officials said he had been a known leaker and had been cut out of briefings with the president. Semaphore reported that Kent, who led the National Counterterrorism Center, had been placed under investigation prior to his resignation, which Axios independently confirmed. When did they confirm it, though? Did they, this is from, Semaphore is reporting this from yesterday. So again, it's, do we have is there any example of the media showing that Kent was under investigation before Kent resigned? No, I bet you there isn't. So basically, we have to either take the word of like Kent and Tucker Carlson as to that there was no leaking going on, or we have to believe Kash Patel, we have to believe this guy and the rest of the Trump administration, that there was an investigation going on before the resignation letter came out. So, like, and of course the source says he's going to try and say this was retaliation for his resignation, but that's the other way around. He quit because he's under investigation and he knew it. On Wednesday, Kent gave a 2-hour-long interview to Tucker Carlson, an ally and fellow critic of the war and of Israel. Carlson proactively defended Kent on his show and said he was paying the price for previously predicting a war with Iran would be a disaster. Joe Kent was right, therefore Joe Kent must be destroyed. And there is, of course, this ongoing effort to do that, to dismiss Joe Kent as a tool of Islamist or a leaker. Kent didn't return messages seeking comment. So how are you ever going to find the truth? You have to actually show that there was leaked information that's happened beforehand, and you also have to show that that investigation started, like show some internal documents showing that, hey, here's, an email with the full headers that hasn't been altered that show that here's an investigation going on Kent before he resigned. So, yeah, I mean, Axios still, is not the greatest. I agree. But let's see. Cosmic Rose said, hope you I did not see the blue sky. Let's see. I will get that to you when in a little bit. I can make one pretty quickly. So I appreciate you for that, and I will take a look at that and respond to you after the show. Yeah, we will get to the Japanese Prime Minister as well. That video is already also queued up. We have two Trump videos queued up to watch. Before we get to that, though, I should start saying, like, I was gonna talk about Trump, but I got high. I was gonna call out that filthy grump, but I got high. Let's talk about AFROMAN, and I know why. See, apparently he didn't get high because he actually went to court, unlike his song, or is like, I was gonna go to court, but I got high. I was gonna pay my child support, but I was high. They took my whole paycheck, and I know why. Hey, hey, 'cause I got high, because I got high, because I got high. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, so, I mean, I love his just outfit, his jacket, his tie. I mean, he's being full on America in the courtroom, and you could like even the sunglasses got the American flag on them. I mean, he is being all patriotic in standing up for his First Amendment rights to speak out and to say whatever it is he wants to say. Now, we're not going to go over his full testimony, but I did want to start here for a little bit because, I mean, A, you gotta love AFROMAN. I've loved AFROMAN for a very long time. And B, if you're unaware of the story, the police entered his house without any reason or just cause to do so. When in the house, they seized things like money. They cut the wires on his video surveillance system. What's that about? And then apparently on the surveillance system, there were things like, one of the guy was eating like lemon pound cake. So he made a whole ass song about how this cop was eating lemon pound cake. Then he made another song about how either he was sleeping with one of the cop's wife or somebody else was sleeping with one of the cop's wife or whatever. And then talking poorly about it. And, basically a diss track against the cops or whatever. And they were all, we're so upset. You've hurt our feelings. You've hurt our feelings so bad, AFROMAN. Why are you hurting our feelings, AFROMAN? And they all lost. He prevailed on every single count or whatever that was against him. Every single attempt of them to claim that he was harming them and harming their reputation. He even got one of the officers' ex-wives to speak and testify in his benefit. It was, I think, his only witness other than himself testified on his behalf and basically was like, yeah, I heard the song. Yeah, the song might have been not something that I would listen to, but everybody knows it's just a song and not real life. So, let's see.
You talked to Randy Walters on the phone before you got home that evening during the search, or right afterwards, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
he told you that they were taking some money and some vape pens and a small amount of marijuana? He told you that?
Yes, sir.
And how dare they take the vape pens and the weed? I mean, do not take AFROMAN's weed whatsoever. I mean, he made a living. He made mad money on his getting high. Don't take his livelihood. Actually, his livelihood is his brain and his skills on the mic and his skills as a comedian, as skills as a writer. That's where he made his money. He just happened to make one song about getting high, and you know it went viral. So, Liberal Dan Radio is high on weed and justice. I'm high on justice. I'm not high on weed yet. Maybe later.
You knew, didn't you, Mr. Foreman, that there had been an investigation by the Claremont County Sheriff's Office into the discrepancy about the cash that was missing from your home, correct? You knew there was an investigation.
Yeah, I knew the sheriffs was investigating themselves.
And who can trust that, right?
Oh, that's how you saw it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you ever ask for...
That's how he saw it. But is that the truth? I'm sure it was the truth as well. It sounds like it was the truth was on his side.
...for a report so you could see how bad this investigation of themselves really was?
Yes, I was trying to get involved any way I can. The investigation was going on without any of my participation.
Did you ask for a copy of the report?
I did. I asked for everything. I was trying to be involved. I didn't.
So you've seen the report?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I just saw it a few minutes ago.
Well, you had an attorney when you got the cash returned, correct?
At the station?
Yes.
I had attorney. Yeah, my attorney was present.
Did your attorney ask for a copy of this report?
It wasn't in it. When I got my cash back from the station, it wasn't an investigation until we realized money was missing.
Well, did you contact your attorney and say, hey, get me a copy of that report?
Your Honor, I'm going to object. Well, Mr. Klingler wants to talk about his client's attorney-client privilege and maybe waive it. Mr. Foreman does have attorney-client privilege with his attorney at that time. And we are going to assert that privilege because...
Does anybody think that if I had slightly longer hair and a giant beard, that that might be my twin? I don't know. I mean, the beard is epic. I mean, AFROMAN's afro is also epic. I mean, why wouldn't AFROMAN have an epic afro? He is AFROMAN after all, right? But this beard is just epic too. I mean, applause to this beard, for him to just come to this trial and just be full on, you know, full on beard, full on just or whatever. I would think that, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm facing the wrong way. Like, do you think that maybe, like, if I grew a beard that long and I grew my hair out a little bit longer, that I might be similar? I might look similar? I don't know. I see maybe it's just because we're, you know, a little bit graying. I'm maybe a little bit more graying than him. And maybe because, you know, we're both kind of, you know, chubby men. Maybe it's that. I don't know. I don't know if y'all see it. Fancy says she was, hey, Fancy, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a bit. Good to see you, Fancy. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard. It's like me, but it also could be like, you know, maybe Cartman if he grows up. I don't know. And grew a beard. There is a guy who imitates Cartman who kind of looks like this as well. And it does a really good imitation of him. But anyway, but what a beard to have. And just, you know, just to be sitting here with such a high profile case and not looking like what you would expect an attorney to look like, and winning the case against the other guy, the you know, scrawny little schlub who was trying to go against him and trying to take AFROMAN's money.
Privilege he has of right.
And so far he hasn't asked for anything privileged. So I appreciate the sensitivity, overrule the objection, and we'll pay attention.
I like making my podcast. I don't.
Okay, if you want Opus Clip, there's an Opus Clip link on my YouTube description.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Your testimony is you never saw a copy of Detective Robinson's report until today.
Yes, sir.
And that's because you didn't want to see a copy of the investigation.
I did want to see it. You don't know what I want. I did want to see it.
You didn't know what I want?
You did.
I wanted everything that had something to do with my money coming.
And that was 3.5 years ago, correct? And you haven't seen a copy of that report that you wanted to see until this afternoon.
I don't even know. I think I must have rewinded a little bit too far because I wanted to get a little more information.
Short $400 of my money. That's all I know. I don't know how to investigate police officers taking money.
That's all you know, and that's all you know today, isn't it? That's the whole basis of your claim that your money was stolen, is that the amount of money that was in the bags is different from the amount of money that was written on the bag.
Well, what would you think if you had money taken from you, and then they returned money, and it wasn't the amount of money that was taken from you? Then why the hell would you think that it wasn't stolen? Why would you be like, oh, it just walked away all by itself? They used themselves to roll each other up and to smoke some, dollar bill blunts or whatever. I mean, come on, bruh. I mean, some attorneys make some terrible arguments in court. It's ridiculous. Some people, I don't understand how people can become attorneys and be this bad. 250 column. What was that on your screen? Said it was scanning for deepfakes. It's McAfee. I need to get a new virus thing because it finds deepfakes when it's not there, which is bizarre. But
yeah, my whole thing is they never should have raided me in the first place.
That's your whole thing.
That's my whole thing.
That's the point,
That's my whole
isn't
thing.
it?
If they never would have showed up, there would be no songs about them. I wouldn't know who they are. Their faces would not be on my video cameras.
basically, FAFO. If they wouldn't have fucked around, they wouldn't now be finding out. You fuck around with a guy who is a lyrical wizard. You fuck around with a guy who is a comedic genius. You fuck around with a guy who knows how to, drop some bars and make sure that, and make them hurt. You're gonna feel the pain, and you're gonna be on the other side of those lyrics, and it might hurt your feelings a wee little bit.
None of this, we wouldn't be in this room right now if they hadn't raided my house and didn't press no charges, didn't even know what they was doing. This whole thing is their fault, and they're suing me for their mistake.
And so you don't really care if they stole your money or not. You're just mad about what they did.
What the, come on. He's back and forth. Your whole thing is the money. No, my whole thing is the fact that they did this thing that they shouldn't have done, which included stealing the money, so you don't care about the money. How did he pass the bar? How did he pass the LSAT? I don't understand. I don't understand how these people become attorneys. Watching, listening to this guy just after with a few minutes, watching how Alito writes Supreme Court rulings, I think I would ace the LSAT at this point. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I've never even taken a course on how to take the LSAT. Alyosha, do not fuck with House Sparks and AFROMAN asking for pain and trouble. Exactly.
They stole one. Police officers.
Truck said every game, he was going to pay attention in law school, but he got high.
Shouldn't be stealing the civilians' money. So I do care. All of it is an outrage. This whole thing is an outrage.
You have no evidence that they took your money except for the amount on the bag isn't the same as the amount.
How about the lady admitting that she took?
Did you answer my
question? She admitted that she took my money on live Fox 19 News. Go argue with the film clip. Go argue with her admitting that she took my money.
Nobody admitted that they took your money.
Well, whatever. Go look at her admitting that the bag is short because it stayed open all weekend long or 2 weeks.
If there's anybody high, what bad stuff is he smoking? If anybody is high right now in that courtroom, it's the attorney for those folks that are suing AFROMAN, and not AFROMAN himself.
Dr. Bryan and Officer Cooley just left it and just mishandled it and didn't do it right. Just
so we're honest with the jury here, Mr. Foreman, nobody admitted that they took your money, did they?
They admitted it was short.
Yes.
No. And why would it be short? Did you misplace it? I mean, aren't you supposed to have, if you have evidence that's taken, aren't you supposed to make sure that the evidence is taken? And here's the thing. I used to be friends with somebody. We're no longer friends. Because he's MAGA, and he's terrible. He's terrible MAGA. I mean, horrible. But he, in a long, long time ago, used to actually be a dealer and not dealing cards either. Before I knew him, at least this is well before I knew him, but he told me about this story. And the reason he told me the story is because there are certain monetary levels that can trigger certain charges and other ones that don't. or so if you make it up to like, you know, I don't know if it's $1 grand or $5 grand or 10 grand or whatever it was, but let's say you needed to take you needed $2 grand to bring the charge up to the next level, but you didn't have enough to bring it up to the next level after that. Let's say $2 grand was that number. Now let's say you had $3 grand. So what did they do? The police officers allegedly, in his situation, took the $3 grand from him, put in like $2 grand and maybe some change or whatever, and pocketed the other basically grand for themselves. And they said, "Oh, this is the only money that we had." So it wasn't on the bag. It was on the bag or whatever it was. It was on the evidence bag or whatever that says this is $2,000 of seized assets, and it's whatever. So, but this one they apparently seized the assets, and somebody was like, "Nope," because they weren't keeping apparently proper track of the money. I don't know. I don't know what happened in the evidence room. I don't know whatever. You know, I don't know what the result of the investigation was as to why AFROMAN's money suddenly went off and disappeared. But the point is that they had a duty and a responsibility to make sure that his property was protected so that when it all came back to him, that he got every single bit of it without any problem. He got the money back and he didn't get all the money back. So what is anybody supposed to think? When he already had corrupt cops going to a house, they already came into his house without his permission, they already sliced the wires or whatever on his cameras, they already was eating his food apparently on the camera, they already did all that stuff. Why would he then believe that suddenly they're magically good people? Right? Yeah, exactly, Fancy. Dirty cops.
Nobody
So it looked like
admitted
somebody
that they took your money. Correct?
It was short. She admitted, she said that it was short. And usually it's 10, 5, $2 missing. How does $400 even come up missing? Odd.
Because I guess someone had bills to pay, and so they went bloop, I'll pocket that money. No one's gonna miss it. I'm sure a lot of things happen in that evidence room. Wonder what sort of things happen in that evidence room.
Oh my.
Oh God, DB Golding, same here with a friend got busted with 10 pounds of weed, faced the court and was charged with possession of 1 ounce. Jesus Christ.
3 hours later, I think we finally solved.
Did you solve it now? Your ads?
You posted videos about Brian Newland doing hard drugs and snitching on his friend, and you posted those based on rumors, didn't you? We can look at your deposition, but before you argue with me, but isn't that a fact?
Before you argue with me.
Made those allegations based on rumors you said you heard.
It's a fact. William Newland is a convicted pedophile, and Brian Newland is his brother. After I zeroed in on Brian, I asked about him. Come to find out, he's a large statutory rapist that has sex with all kind of underage girls. He buys them beer and gets them drunk and all kind. That's probably the reason he had to leave the Adams County Sheriff Department, because he beats up his wife and he messed with underage girls, and he had to get out of town and go get a job in Norwood.
All right. You don't want to answer my question.
I do. Please ask another one.
Well, let me ask this one again so I can get an answer. Do you remember in your deposition when I asked you, you have no reason to think these rumors about Brian Newland are true, do you? And you said, well...
I was waiting for that atrocious every game. Imagine if Joe Biden were in that evidence room.
Had Biden done it, MAGA would flip. Had Biden done it, whole numbers would flip. Had Biden done it, that scream foul play. But Trump did it, so it must be okay.
I was gonna go to the evidence room, but I got high.
It's more entertaining if it's true, and I can make some money. Do you remember that?
No, I don't. That's a however long that deposition was. You can read the deposition and it tells you what I said.
Do we have a copy, another copy of that? Because I'll show it to you, and I can show you my copy. Refresh your recollection.
You're going to refresh his recollection.
It's
Trees. You then use the
Thank you, Judge. If I can get it working here.
If I can get it working here, what do you... Look, I'm actually not surprised that you have an attorney who's trying to question whether or not he can get something working because, you know, I've worked with a lot of attorneys in my day who were not very technically adept. Let's just put it that way.
Using the screen to refresh his recollection, that's publishing it to the jury. If he wants to refresh his recollection, he can show him it and then ask him a question, much how we would do in criminal law with the police report.
So
if an officer didn't remember, we wouldn't show the report, we would show it to the officer. He would refresh his memory by reading it, and then we'd re-ask the question.
Do it that way, just make sure you think he reads it right. I'm just trying to get through the verbiage.
Make sure he reads it right?
Just
what?
Make sure you think he reads it right, otherwise I have to wrestle with you.
Why wouldn't he read it right? Are you being racist there, judgy boy?
About whether he read it right.
Sure.
So just read it. And then if we want to move it as an exhibit, you can do that.
Remember your deposition being taken, Mr. Foreman, in your attorney's office.
It's always weird. It's weird that his last name is Foreman because, you know, it makes you think of talking about the jury foreman. Let's fast forward here a smidge.
Actor playing Lieutenant Lisa Phillips, and that actor was sitting in the same chair that Lisa Phillips sat in during her deposition, wasn't she?
Yeah, the actor played Lisa because like I wouldn't have known her if she hadn't came to my house and cut off my camera.
Yeah, right. That's the office we're talking about, and that's the office where I took your deposition, right?
Yes, sir.
And in that deposition, I'm referring to page 84 of the
Trust it, forgive me, this attorney's kind of a dick. I mean, aren't most of them?
Deposition. I had asked you about...
Object, he's testifying.
No, he's using the deposition to refresh his memory. He's doing it right, so sit down, please. Go ahead.
Did I ask you this question, and did you give me these answers, Mr. Foreman? Question. Would it be fair to say these are rumors? Answer. You know, Stephanie said it, and you know, some other people that don't remember, you know, I'd be in a hurry in Walmart or something, they shake my hand, yeah, Brian used to do this, used to do that. Then something, I didn't know him, but this is what I've heard. Question. You don't have any particular reason to think that it's true or not true, right? Answer. Well, it's more entertaining if it is true, and I could probably make some money and capitalize on it if it's true.
What are the line numbers?
Starting with line 7 and ending with line 21. Did I ask you those questions?
This attorney is terrible to listen to. He's just a terrible attorney.
No evidence.
Like, if I was on a jury, I'd be hard to rule in his favor simply because of the attorney's favor, simply because he's just grating on your ears.
Did Ryan Newland ever molested little boys, do you?
If you look at the picture, he's holding the little boy's butt. It's too much for me. So if you just use your eyeballs, and then his brother's a convicted pedophile.
That's your evidence for posting that pedophile stuff about little boys.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of guy is kicking on my door. What kind of guy is walking around my house reading my bank statements? It's a dude that's possibly a pedophile, got a convicted pedophile brother, deputized by the sheriff, walking around possibly stealing my money. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on as I zoom in with my cameras. That's not the type of guy I don't think should be on the police force.
I'm going to refer you again.
What did you say? Whatever. Anyway, we're gonna turn this one off. I think I missed one of the things that I wanted to talk about on here because one of the clips that was there. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's see. Let's flip to the other thing. Let's do this one now. Let's do, again, we're not going to do the whole video with this one, but we are going to go over Trump with the Prime Minister of Japan, Sanae Takaichi. He passes this question on to somebody else.
Let me pick a beautiful person from Japan.
Let me pick a beautiful person from Japan. I mean, again, we start off seeing just how much of a shitbag he is, because to him, it's more about if you're beautiful than it is about whether or not you actually have a cogent point to make or going to ask a good question. To him, it's all about beauty. It's all about how it looks. Anyway.
A question for the Prime Minister. Go ahead. Me? Yeah, sure. Oh, he doesn't believe he's beautiful.
Oh, okay.
He sounded shy.
We're Japanese people. Of course, no, Japan and US are very good friends. But one question, why didn't you tell US allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war before attacking Iran? So we are very confused about we Japanese citizens.
Well, one thing, you don't want to signal too much, you know, when we go in.
You don't want to signal. You don't want to give... I mean, you know, all of my staff, they like to use Signal. It's a great app. It's a wonderful app. Nobody uses Signal. I have it on my phone that I shouldn't be using, but I'm taking phone calls anyway because I want people to be able to call me on my personal phone. But anyway, yeah, so he has his own cell phone that he's using, and it's, it's a huge security risk. Huge, like no one's ever seen. But you don't want to telegraph it, but like telling it to one of your allies isn't telegraphing it to an enemy. It's not like when you gave the intelligence from Israel to the Russians, who then passed it on to Iran, who then passed it on to Hamas, who then used it to attack Israel on 10/7. It's not like that, like where, you were giving them the information. No, you're actually giving an ally information, and you expect that the ally is not going to share that information. I guess that's why he doesn't want to tell anybody anything, because he knows that if somebody told him sensitive information from another country, that he wouldn't be able to keep his mouth shut, because he doesn't have the filter to be able to keep his mouth shut to actually do things in a proper way. So he takes his flaws and projects them onto others, because projection is a big tool of the conservative movement. They love to project their failings onto other people, right? So he thinks that if he would have told his allies that this attack was going to happen, that it would have been told to Iran? Why? Because you would? Not everybody is a big of piece of shit as you, Donald Trump. But let's continue with Donald Trump.
And we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it.
We went in very hard. Stormy Daniels says, no, you didn't go in very hard at all.
Oh, my.
Because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay? Why didn't you tell me about...
That face right there. Her just like, I cannot believe he said that. She's like, I cannot believe that those words came uttering out of his orange fucking face. Like, again, he's the most childish person that has ever led, I think, any country ever. Like, there have probably been child leaders in some areas that have been more mature than this piece of shit president that we have. This is not how you do diplomacy. This is not how you act like a person. Can you imagine if Joe Biden had, used this kind of line with the Prime Minister of Japan?
Had Biden done it, MAGA would flip. Had Biden done it, whole numbers would flip. Had Biden done it, the screen fell play. But Trump did it, so it must be okay.
Wait, I don't think I even saw. Did I see that Steve from across the pond had come in the chat?
If it's no Scottish, it's crap.
Big Hook, I bet you he told Putin. Probably. I mean, probably did. And Putin was probably like, well, I could tell Iran that they're going to attack, but maybe if we take out the oil, then our oil can be used, so maybe it benefits Russia, so we won't tell Iran. Or maybe we have other uses for it, so we let it happen, right? Anyway, let's continue. By the way, how is my Trump imitation progressing? I'm trying to get better with it. How is it progressing?
Pearl Harbor, okay? Right?
And she's even like, like she's like, she probably wants to bitch slap the hell out the orange off of his face, but just backhand, just like.
He's asking me, do you believe in surprise? I think much more so than us. And we had to surprise him, and we did.
Yes, you're Japanese people. Again, this is what conservatives do. Again, I talked about this on the other day on the show. They take something that some Japanese people do and assign it to all Japanese people. and say, you're much better at surprise than we are. I'm surprised they didn't make that joke about the 3 people on the stranded fucking island, and I'm not going to repeat, that uses, you know, Japanese stereotypes as well. I'm surprised they didn't make that joke.
Did. And because of that surprise, we knocked out, the first 2 days, we probably knocked out 50% of what we, and much more than we anticipated doing.
50%, much more.
So if I go and tell everybody about it, there's no longer a surprise.
But again, it's only if you... he's never had a surprise party before, has he? Because, like, when you have a surprise party, you don't not tell everybody. You have to tell all the other people that are going to be invited to the party, with the exception of the person who's getting the surprise. Everybody else has to know, right? Like, how fucking dumb are you? We already know that, but every day he's proving to us why he loves the poorly educated, because he feels at home with them, because he's a dumb shit too. So,
right? Okay, one more for the...
I said I was going to do one more, but then we got to do one more after that.
One more for the Prime Minister, please. Are you going to...
Nobody wants to ask the questions of the Prime Minister because they're getting more gold out of your bullshit. They're getting stuff that they can bring back home and be like, look at what this dumb American president said. Look how stupid the American president is. We want more sound bites from you so we can have better ratings on our newscasts. And we're not going to get better ratings on our newscast by having a clip from our Prime Minister that we can get any day of the week. We want one from you that we're going to be able to show how terrible the President of the United States is. Again, he is digging the hole deeper and deeper and deeper.
For the Prime Minister?
Yes, and
go ahead, for the Prime Minister.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and for you too.
Japan's TJ Press. Japan's biggest concern is China. Now they're giving us export control and very harsh terms to criticize us. So could you plan? Will you plan to bring out relationship between Japan and China while you are there?
Yeah. Well, I'll be going to China.
He's like, I want this question to be for the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister was literally just about to answer, and he couldn't shut the fuck up. He again has to jump in, and she's like, I'm gonna bitch slap him again.
Very quickly. But
yeah, see, even she's like, see, it was supposed to be for me, but he had to answer the question first, because everything has to be about old Donnie boy.
I think I'd really like to have the Prime Minister talk about China, because I know they have a little bit of an edgy relationship, and
that's the reason that they asked you the fucking question in the first place, you dumb piece of shit.
I'd just like to know where it stands, how you're doing with China, so please.
Finally, you can go. I will let you speak. You can finally speak, even though it's my gilded pyrite room with fake gold all over the place.
日本はいつも中国に対してオープンです。会話はオープンにしています。それから冷静に対応しています。でとにかく米中関係も含めてですね、これが地域の安定、それから世界のサプライチェーン、これに貢献するものであることを願っています。日本は常にオープンです。
So first of all, Japan has been consistently open to dialogue with China. And also, second, we have been addressing our relations with China in a calm manner. And also, speaking of the U.S.-China relationship, my sincere hope is that the relationship will be something conducive.
He cannot sit still. He is very fidgety right there. He cannot sit still. He needs to say a word, and other people have talked or have spoken for far too long, and you could see how fidgety he is right there.
For regional security and also ensuring the global supply chain.
Like every lean and every nod or every, it's like you could tell that he just wants to have more bullshit spewing out of his mouth.
The world.
As opposed to the other shit that's spewing out of his rear end right now, probably because he probably can't hold it in. I'm surprised they have yellow chairs. I'm surprised they haven't made all of the chairs brown at this point.
Once again, I would like to reiterate that Japan has been consistently open to dialogue with China.
And I think we're going to have a great trip. The trip is...
It'll be a great trip like no one's ever seen. Anyway, Our fucking dumbass president. And of course, we said that we were going to go talk about this as well. We have notifications on. Someone told me to shut the fuck up, I think, on YouTube or whatever. But yeah, here is from the Kennedy Center. The board for the Kennedy Center. Several things here that, one of them, we start off with a really doozy one. Let's start. Where did Trump go first to show how much of a fucking moron he is?
Do you ever let them stay around for 4 or 5 years if they're bad? Not too many times, right?
Not too many times.
Huh?
Jeff Curry, yellow chairs because I have the best diapers, tremendously strong diapers. Very, very good.
So, anyway, I learned from you. So I want to thank also Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's been fantastic. I don't know, is Pam here someplace?
Is Pam here? I don't know. Is Pam here sitting 2 seats down on his right? Yeah. Yeah. Is Pam here? There's just I'm here, Mr. President. You probably saw me. You probably talked to me. But dementia Don can't remember things from 5 minutes ago.
Oh, hello, Pam. Good.
Oh, hello, Pam.
She's been great. And
she did a good job of wiping the brown stuff off her nose before the meeting too. I mean, all of them did. It's amazing.
Speaker of the House, he's got the easiest job of anybody in government. He's got a majority of 2. I don't like to say 1 because it varies, but between 1, 2, and 3. And I think you're the only man that's ever lived that's able to be very happy about it. In fact, when we get up to 3, every once in a while we get up to 3. Actually, for a period of time, we had it up to 4, and then we had a death. And death is very bad when you're the speaker and you have a majority.
Death is very bad when you're the speaker and you have a majority. Death isn't bad to Donald Trump because it's, somebody lost a loved one. Family members are sad. You lose somebody who maybe the community likes the person. Man, I don't understand. I can't imagine a Republican person having that much love from the community. But I mean, it happens. I mean, MAGA all loved old MTG 6B or whatever until she turned her back on Donald Trump. Whatever. But yeah. To Donald Trump, it's a shame when someone dies when you are in the majority of the House. Because you might lose the majority of the House based on a death, and it's sad that it happens. It's sad that you lose the majority. That's what the priority is for this shitbag of a president.
Majority of 2 or 3, but we had a death, and then we had another death, and we had some.
And we had more deaths like no one's ever seen.
Things, and it's, but we're looking very strong. We had one man who was very ill. It looked like he wasn't going to make it. I don't know. I won't mention his name. Should I? Do other people know his name? Huh?
Who's gonna? Is Speaker Johnson actually gonna say no? We shouldn't say his name. He's not gonna tell Donald Trump no, not one bit.
Do you want to mention it? He'll be proud. Go ahead. Tell him the story.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. President. Congressman Neil Dunn of Florida had some real health challenges,
and he was gonna be done, but then he's not done.
It was very serious and had a pretty grim diagnosis. And I mentioned it to the president, and I said, Congressman Dunn is a real champion and a patriot because he's still coming to work. And if others got this diagnosis, they would be apt to go home and retire. And
what was the diagnosis?
It was, I think it was a terminal diagnosis.
He would be dead by June.
Okay, that wasn't public, but yeah, okay.
He's like, all right, we were talking, we were going to say it. It wasn't public knowledge, but there you go, sharing people's information without knowing because Donald Trump speaks and doesn't give a shit.
It was grim. That's what I was going to say. I don't think
with a heart problem, by the way. This was a heart.
And again, they didn't say that either, but still, he has to. Here's more information that you didn't ask for, that he doesn't want out there, but here's more.
Problem.
So, the long story short, the president called him to encourage him and thank him, and they had a conversation.
That little thing right there just reminds me of the whole South Park thing. I was like, sure, don't worry, guy. Hey, guy, don't worry, guy. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he didn't really hurt that much with his tiny little hands smacking Johnson's back.
And the president mentioned in the course of the conversation, you know how to get my doctors involved. And they did, and within within a number of hours. They took him to Walter Reed, emergency surgery. The man has a new lease on life. He acts like he's 30 years younger, and he...
250 column says HIPAA violation. I don't think it would be a HIPAA violation simply because of the fact that HIPAA is between the doctors and the patients or the medical facility and the nurses and the other medical staff that work at the hospital. If you work at the hospital and you release information without a patient's permission, that would violate HIPAA. But if you know the information and you're not working for the hospital, that is not a HIPAA violation. You know, just like the whole people when they were trying to complain, the conservatives were trying to complain that asking for your vaccine status is a HIPAA violation. It sure as fuck was not a HIPAA violation because they don't know what the laws mean. They just think it sounds cool, so they'll say it, but it's mind-numbingly stupid as to how ignorant they are of the laws.
Walked into the conference meeting and we thought we'd seen a ghost. And I spoke with him over the weekend, and he's encouraged and thankful, and he thanks the president for his leadership and intervention. And thank you. Thank you.
Now, do you think that he would have done it if there was a Democratic person in the House? Like if the Democrats had a majority, like a one-vote majority, and there was a dying Democrat, would Donald Trump you say, hey, send him to Walter Reed, make sure he gets the best care so that, you know, the Democrats can, you know, maintain the majority? Or would Donald Trump be like, let him die. I don't care if he dies. It'll be great for me and the Republican Party, right? He'd probably do that. Conversely, could you imagine what might have happened if President Biden would have taken somebody, you know, who was, you know, almost on death's door and used, you know, his own personal doctors instead of having him use his regular doctors?
Had Biden done it, MAGA would flip. Had Biden done it, whole numbers would flip. Had Biden done it, that screen fell play. But Trump did it, so it must be okay.
What is up with these people drinking warm water? I bet they sleep with socks on too. Goddamn psychopaths. Well, I mean, we already know that he has, you know, a personality disorder because he lacks object permanence, right? No, Dan, I can't smartass. What? I don't know. I missed that. How can you mend a broken heart, or how can a loser ever win, sir? Hilarious.
He actually called Mike. Mike called me and he said, sir, we're up by 3. But we're going to lose 1 by June. Said,
nobody calls him sir unless it's Juan Orlando Hernandez. Like, every time he says that somebody calls him sir, I immediately don't believe that they ever called him sir. Like, I haven't heard him say sir at all during the watch him say it now and prove me wrong. But still, like, nobody says, sir, please do this for me.
Who? Neil Dunn. He's a great congressman. Incredible. He called to say that he was terminal. Really bad heart. There's nothing they can do. I said, that's bad. Number 1, it was bad because I liked him. Number 2, it was bad because I needed his vote. But he really said, Mike, I'm going to last this out.
Again, if he wouldn't have done it for somebody, if you know, it was a vote that was, he knew it was a negative vote, and vote that would be against him.
For the president and you, and however long I live, I mean, it looks like June is the time, but however long I live, I'm gonna be voting for you. I mean, how many?
I mean, damn. I mean, no, I would want to be with my family, and I would not want to be sitting there kissing Donald Trump's shitty ass.
How many people are going to say that? Most of them are going to say, Mike, I'm retiring immediately. That's the end.
He's an extraordinary
man.
But
he didn't do that. It was really impressive. And then,
notice he didn't say, sir, he's an extraordinary man, or he didn't say, he's an extraordinary man, sir. He didn't say that because they never say sir.
I realize I have doctors in the White House. The White House doctors are incredible. And
like no one's ever seen.
And they've helped me with other people. They're helping me with people right now. People that are very sick.
People. They're helping me with the people.
Like they're miracle workers. And I said, I have to call them. And I called.
Now, they'll trust those doctors, but they don't trust the other doctors when it comes to vaccines and shit, right?
The 2 doctors, they're both great. And they immediately went over to see the congressman.
And I would have 3 doctors, but I can't count that high.
And he was on the operating table like 2 hours later.
Yeah.
And it was a long operation. They gave him more stents and more everything that you could have. I think he's got everything that you could possibly have. And they called up. They said, sir, I think he'll be fine. I said, you got to be kidding. He said, I think he'll be fine. And Mike was telling me the story that the other day he came into a meeting for the first time in a long while. Go ahead.
Well, it was incredible. I mean, he has a new lease on life. He has more energy than a man half his age, and very encouraged and encouraged all of us. So,
because he's all jacked up on Mountain Dew. No, I do not know what Mike Johnson's favorability rating is in his district. But it's, again, there's such gerrymandered districts that it's very hard to see him losing this seat, even though he does have a Democratic challenger, but it's very hard to see him losing this seat because of how badly the state is gerrymandered.
Again, a testament to great leadership, and my hat's off to Neil Dunn and his beautiful wife and family. He's an extraordinary individual.
And just, because I don't want to have a terrible story about this,
I don't want to have a terrible story. I don't want it, because if I say things, the lying media is going to lie about me and all the shit that I say.
It for him first and for the vote second. But it was a close second, actually. But I did it for the vote second. All right? I want to also introduce Susie Wiles, who's fantastic. She's our chief of staff.
And let me tell you all about her health issues, too, because everybody needs to know everybody's health issues, right? Anyway, we're not going to talk about that anymore. I've had enough of Donald Trump for the night. Enough of the Donald. No more of the Donald. Someone told me, speak up against hate now, and somebody tells me to shut up. I'd be like, make me. But yeah, this is why y'all have to go into the comment sections and interact with the videos and that have been commented on, so you can basically say, hey, listen up, shitheads. Liberal Dan's awesome. Anyway, let us close that up. Bobble Blank, who's got the clap? Have you heard that song? There is the song. It's like the Wiggles or something. It's not, or the Wiggles is the real one, but this is like a different one. And it's like, I've got the clap and I'm giving it to you. I've got the clap and I'm giving it to you. I've got the clap and I'm giving it to you. Who's got the clap? I do. So I don't have the clap, but I'm just saying, like, when I saw you type that, Bubble Blank, I was like, yeah, I had the clap. And the doctors cured it. Great medicine that they gave me. The best medicine no one's ever seen. So, see, Fansan, yes, if you take away Donald's decision-making processes, how can I get something out of this myself? As his first and only concern, Donald's behavior suddenly makes obvious, if usually minimal, and continually bathed in lighter stupidity, amount of sense. It's dumb and highly short-sighted, and is why it tends to backfire as well. Jennifer Erig, I've been reposting, but I'll start commenting. Hi, Liberal Dan. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, just look up I've Got the Clap. What was it? What was the name of it? Let me look at it real quick, because I'm not going to play it because I might get a copyright strike for whatever. Let's see. Hit the wrong thing. Stop it now. The group is called the Clintons, but they call themselves the Giggles or whatever. Yeah, I don't necessarily think I want to play it because, again, I don't want a copyright strike. But still, you get the picture. Do you now? Dungeness, dear? Do you have Dungeness crabs, dear? Get some cocktail sauce. What movie is that from? Doom scrolling is when you read Donald J. Trump's Truths or whatever. Let's see. We're on the Joel thing. Probably a good thing you're on the Joel thing, because I think we're pretty much almost done with Joe. I don't think I'm going to open up the phone lines tonight because, again, I have some other stuff that I need to do. I need to eventually get my taxes done because I haven't even worked on that yet. I'm having to do a bunch of other stuff to basically help get, certain prescriptions filled for my wife. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I have to get done. Plus, there's a whole bunch of Liberal Dan Radio stuff that I have to get done. So I think it might be the best thing to just end the show earlier than normal today, just simply because it'll allow me to get stuff done and get other stuff posted up. I have another AI video that I made. Somebody said something about if I could make an AI video with like Pam Bondi and like Stan's mom from South Park or something like that. I don't have that much of an ability to do this yet. I'm not sure if I would be able to do such a thing on like the Agent Opus or whatever. Maybe I'll play around with it with some of my daily free credits that I have. I don't know. But I'm typically trying to use my daily free credits to be able to make videos like for Liberal Dan U. Like, because I have 2 more Liberal Dan U videos that are just waiting to get posted in case I don't post one in a while. I could just be like, boop, here's one. And then I've been having like the Liberal Dan Radio reports. I have 2 videos, at least 2 videos for that, and a 3rd one coming up tomorrow for that as well. But again, if you have the T word, yeah. You just said the T word? But again, if you have any ideas, if you want me to make a video about any particular subject, you know, if something is, you know, if you want my opinion on certain sort of thing, I'll be more than happy to make some content on it. It's really easy to do. And again, or if you want me to make one of, like, if you came up with your own song or whatever, you want me to make up, I actually might, you know, offer that as like a service or whatever. Like, if you want me to make you a song on a particular subject and you want to have a video made on it, you know, maybe, you know, contribute a certain amount to the show, and I'll be happy to do it for you. Did it for free for Jen because, you know, I wanted to put the first thing out there. Jen got the first one for free, right? It's kind of like a dealer, right? Susie, tell everyone here I was here first, please. Yes. You were here very early. Wait, taxes. The effing IRS deposited my refund into an account that I don't have. Ugh. That must be terrible to try and fix. One of these days we'll have a full screen of fish. It very well may happen. But again, thank you all very much for watching Liberal Dan Radio. Talk from the left, that's right. We'll be back here Monday, 8 p.m. Central. Same bat time, same bat channel. Unless something big happens over the weekend. Not sure if it will, if it does, whatever, but hell, if it does happen, either I'll make another song about it or we'll go live and we'll talk about it, depending on how huge it is, right? Anyway, thank you, Mods, Jolie, and Aaron, for all of the wonderful stuff that you do for me. Thank you, everybody, for watching regularly each and every time that you watch. It makes me feel great that you guys sit here with me for 1 or more hours 3 times a week. I very much appreciate it. I love hanging with y'all. Would love to hang with y'all in person. You know, if y'all ever come to New Orleans, whatever, we'll definitely have... I really would love to see Hal come to New Orleans and perform with Nerd Halen. Then maybe I'll like buy a table or something if they have that available, and then we'll be able to see people or whatever and hang out and watch Hal and cheer him on and whatever. So anyway, thank you all so much for your help, for your support, for everything that you do, for helping the show become even more and more successful than it has been over the last year. This year is going to be even better. I can feel it, and appreciate everyone for everything you do. Again, I'm repeating myself now. Have a great one. Peace.
He said nobody who healthcare could be so complicated. The Obamacare debate was 6 months litigated. Years of med school debt got capitalized. Insurance claim forms so high they nearly capsized. But he wouldn't know the frustration of trying to get prior authorization. Everybody knew, the whole world knew, the doctors, the lawyers, the CBO crew. Oh, 30,000 pages already reviewed. It wasn't a big secret. We knew. Don't realize Obama deported, but the porter-in-chief is what La Raza retorted. Obama went after the violent folks and felons, struck near the dishwashers and people picking melons. But Obama's argument shows that he's not fair.
contagious. Virologists blinked at someone so outrageous. He was surprised at how many countries existed. No wonder when the virus spread, he's the one who missed it. Spread them out, slit red in every deadly hue. World Health Memo said we already knew. Everybody knew. Oh, the whole world knew. Oh, the lab coats, the leaders, and we were with the flu. Oh, the nations of the world, more than 192. It wasn't a big secret. We knew. You unveil oxygen like contraband air. Like 60. You sat down, claiming to discover chess. War called money was his big surprise. Iraq has oil. Can you believe your eyes? He said, we are divided. A surprise to no one thinking. And he was most surprised a Republican was Lincoln. Everybody knew. The whole world knew. The Christians, the Muslims, atheists, and the Jews. Like being shot, they have animals at the zoo. It wasn't a big secret. We knew. Everybody knew. Everybody knew. Everybody knew. Everybody knew.
They wrote it in the laws, ink still bleeds. Treating women like soil, just planting seeds. She's gone, brain dead, not even awake. But the state's got a claim, gonna plant its stake. Say it's God's will, say it's life they protect. But they ain't the ones feeling pain or neglect. From Texas to Georgia, they set the trap. Rights roll back while they smile and clap. Gilead's here, this is true. Hey, MAGA fools, they'll come for you too. So I'm gonna jet, see you later. I'm not gonna be a baby incubator. This ain't pro-life, it's control and shame. They don't care if she's gone, just playing a game. Keep her hooked to machines, cold and still. Just a vessel to them, not a human with will. No consent, no voice, no chance to resist. Just laws in place, written with a clenched fist. Hospitals scared, judges playing God. Bodies like temples, just stay on pods. Gilead's here, this is true. Hey, MAGA fools, they'll come for you too. So I'm gonna jet, see you later. I'm not gonna be a baby incubator. Bands in the dark, they don't care who it kills. Sacking courts while they strip out all of your wills. But we'll fight back, march loud, burn bright. Cause this ain't the end, it's the start of the fight. Gilead's here, ain't no grace. And those leopards are coming to eat your face. So I'm gonna jet, see you later. I'm not gonna be a baby incubator. Not gonna be a baby incubator. Not gonna be a baby incubator. Trump piled debt, trillions tall. Promised Mexico would fund that wall. Praised dictators, said they're strong. Had Joe done it, they'd say he's wrong. Had Biden done it, MAGA would flip. Had Biden done it, whole numbers would flip. Had Biden done drugs good as gold. Invited the Taliban to come to U.S. soil. If Joe had done that, they'd all recoil. Had Biden done it, MAGA would flip. Had Biden done it, full numbers would slip. Had Biden done it, they want him to pay, but Trump did, so it must be okay. Double standards loud and clear. Rules for Trump, but not for peers. What they call treason, if Joe's the name, is patriotism when Donald's to blame. Had Biden done it, MAGA would flip. Had Biden done it, full numbers would slip. Had Biden done it, they'd shout no way, but Trump did it, so it must be okay.
Obama and Bush's pictures got hidden, obscuring the past, history rewritten. Hung in a hallway where no tour can see, confirming his unending fragility. If Trump can't see it, you must not exist. That also includes the Epstein list. Object permanent, a milestone missed. If Trump can't see it, he must not exist. The testing was the line that he said. Hundreds of thousands needlessly dead. Now HHS is run by brainworm quack, hiding the truth behind his back. If Trump can't see it, it must not exist. That also includes the Epstein list. An administration run by narcissists. If Trump can't see it, it must not exist. Of documents stacked floor to the wall. Top secret folders in a bathroom stall. Charges were pressed, but the case was dropped. A corrupt judicial system he can co-opt. If Trump can't see it, it must not exist. That also includes the Epstein list. He'll swear it's fake news, a liberal twist. If Trump can't see it, it must not exist. Encampments downtown, tents lining the street. Invisible people that power won't meet. Hide them away so the cameras can't find it. Proof of a system that's cold and unkind. A chaotic secret, an NDA sign. An illegal bribe, Michael Cohen fine. Trump got fined too over his gag order, but she didn't gag, cause he was much shorter. If Trump can't see it, it must not exist. That also includes the Epstein list. We can't let him win, we must resist. If Trump can't see it, it must not exist. The creative director at WGSO had a little something he thought you should know. When Dan picked on his bits, Steve got real gruff. So Steve called Dan a flake, called him liberal dandruff. Steve thinks that his lines are really clever, but when do people ever like him? Never. Liberal Dan's got better lyrics, this is true. Listen and you'll feel like I do. Liberal Dan, his show is great. Miserable Dan, he goes live at 8. Liberal Dan radio, it's the best, cause Liberal Dan's head and shoulders above the rest. Steve
He's about to find out his mistake. In this feud, Dan's Kendrick, Steve is Drake. Dan might not be the world's best singer, but he's got more talent in his little finger. Steve thinks that his lines are really clever, but when do people ever like him? Never. Liberal Dan's got better lyrics, this is true. Listen and you'll feel like I do. Liberal Dan, this show is great. Liberal Dan, he goes live at 8. Liberal Dan Radio, it's the best, 'cause Liberal Dan's head and shoulders above the rest.